Hey everyone, it's November 17th, and that means that if today is your birthday, you share it with South African serial killer Moses Sithole, known as the ABC murderer because his 38 murders were largely in the areas of Atteridgeville, Boksburg, and Cleveland. And that is him right up there. Born in 1964, Sithole grew up in Boksburg, an area impoverished by apartheid policies. His father died when he was just 5 years old, and his mother abandoned her children, sending them all to an orphanage. After 3 years of abuse there, he ran away and eventually moved in with his older brother. His first convictions were a series of sexual assaults in the 1980s, for which he was sent to prison for 7 years, where he himself was assaulted by his fellow prisoners. He later claimed that he was innocent of these crimes, and he carried out his murders in revenge for the time he spent in prison, selecting victims that reminded him of the women he said falsely accused him of rape. Sithole was released in 1994, at which time his activities escalated. His MO was to pretend to be a businessman and approach women to offer them work. He would convince them to follow him across a field to his office, but as soon as they were alone, he would rape and strangle them with a ligature. In the span of a year and a half, he had well over 30 victims, causing a media sensation and nationwide panic, even causing Nelson Mandela to visit the area and ask the public for their help in capturing the culprit. Sithole even called the families of some of his victims on the phone to taunt them about what he had done. In 1995, he was seen with a woman just before she turned up dead, and police were immediately suspicious of him when they discovered his criminal history. They also uncovered his business as merely being a ruse and not actually existing, so he fled the area. Sithole called a reporter while on the lam and confessed to being the killer. He gave the writer a phone number he could use to call him back, and the man alerted police immediately. They learned it was a payphone and rushed there, but Sithole had already left. He then called his brother-in-law, who agreed to assist him by obtaining a gun. But his brother-in-law called the authorities instead, and they showed up at the meeting they had arranged. Sithole sensed the trap and attempted to flee, but was shot twice when he tried to attack the police with an axe. Under questioning, he confessed to 38 murders, 40 rapes, and 6 robberies. He received a sentence of 2,410 years in prison, with him not being eligible for parole until after he had served 930 years. Sithole is incarcerated to this day in a maximum security prison in Pretoria, where it was learned that he is HIV positive. He had a wife and child who were also infected, and they were unable to receive health care since they had yet to turn 65, the age at which South Africa gives its citizens free treatment. They are both now dead, perhaps his last 2 victims. If this is your birthday, I hope you have a great day. Leave me a comment so I can wish you a happy birthday. If you know someone whose birthday it is today, send them this video so they can find out all about their birthday twin. And to Moses Sithole, I say, happy birthday, you bastard.